Today, I want to talk about a subject that every single one of us can relate to: setbacks. They're those moments when life knocks you down, when your plans fall apart, or when the path you envisioned seems to crumble before your eyes. But here's the good news: setbacks are not the end of the road. They are simply a bend in the journey. I'm here to remind you that every setback has the potential to set you up for the greatest comeback of your life. Accepting and acknowledging a setback is the first and most crucial step toward transforming it into a comeback. Setbacks can stir up emotions like disappointment, frustration, anger, or even fear. These feelings are natural and valid, and it's important not to dismiss them. Ignoring or suppressing emotions often prolongs the pain and makes it harder to move forward. Instead, allow yourself to fully experience this emotion. Acknowledge that they are part of the human experience and a response to unmet expectations or unforeseen challenges. Acceptance is not about giving up or resigning yourself to failure. It is about facing reality with courage and honesty. When you accept a setback, you take the first step toward regaining control over your situation. It allows you to see things as they are rather than as you wish they were. This clarity is essential for identifying the path forward. Denial or avoidance, on the other hand, only clouds judgment and keeps you stuck in the same place. Acknowledgement also means recognizing the role you might have played in the setback. While external factors can often contribute to challenges, taking responsibility for your actions or inaction helps you learn and grow. This is not about self-blame or criticism. It's about empowerment. When you acknowledge your part in the situation, you reclaim the ability to influence the outcome moving forward. Accepting a setback also involves letting go of the what-ifs. Dwelling on what could have been or what you should have done differently does not change the past. Instead, it drains energy that could be used to focus on solutions. Acceptance is about grounding yourself in the present moment and making peace with the fact that life does not always go as planned. This process is not always easy, and it often requires time and patience. However, it is a necessary foundation for any meaningful comeback. Once you accept and acknowledge the setback, you create the mental and emotional space needed to pivot toward growth and recovery. Acceptance shifts your mindset from resistance to resilience, empowering you to see the opportunity hidden within the challenge. Learning from a setback is a transformative process that turns adversity into an opportunity for growth. Every setback carries valuable lessons, but these lessons are often hidden beneath the surface of disappointment and frustration. The key is to approach the experience with curiosity and an open mind, seeing it not as a failure, but as a moment of insight and discovery. To learn from a setback, start by reflecting on what happened. Analyze the situation honestly and objectively. Ask yourself questions like, what went wrong? What were the contributing factors? Were there decisions or actions I could have taken differently? This self-examination isn't about assigning blame, whether to yourself or others. Instead, it's about understanding the factors that led to the outcome so you can make more informed choices in the future. Setbacks often highlight gaps in skills, knowledge, or preparation. Perhaps you underestimated a challenge, overlooked a critical detail, or lacked a specific resource. By identifying these gaps, you gain clarity on what you need to improve or address moving forward. For example, an entrepreneur whose business idea failed might learn the importance of market research, while an athlete who didn't perform well might realize they need to adjust their training methods. It's also important to identify external factors that may have played a role. Life is unpredictable, and not everything is within our control. Recognizing these elements helps you separate what you could have influenced from what you couldn't, allowing you to focus your energy on areas where you can make a difference. One of the most powerful aspects of learning from setbacks is the opportunity to build resilience. Each time you analyze and understand a challenge, you equip yourself with the tools to handle similar situations more effectively in the future. Over time, these lessons accumulate, strengthening your ability to adapt and thrive in the face of adversity. Additionally, setbacks often push you to think creatively and explore new approaches. They challenge you to step outside your comfort zone and consider perspectives you might have ignored before. This innovation can lead to breakthroughs that wouldn't have been possible without the initial difficulty. By learning from setbacks, you transform them into stepping stones for success. The process might be uncomfortable, but the growth it fosters is invaluable. Each lesson learned becomes a building block for a stronger, wiser, and more capable version of yourself. Reframing your mindset is a powerful tool for transforming setbacks into comebacks. How you perceive a setback can determine whether it becomes a stumbling block or a stepping stone. When you reframe your mindset, you shift your focus from the negative aspects of the experience to the opportunities it presents for growth, resilience, and future success. This mental shift lays the foundation for progress and recovery. It begins with recognizing that setbacks are a natural part of life and not a reflection of your worth or potential. Everyone faces challenges, and even the most successful people have experienced failures along the way. The key difference is how they respond. A fixed mindset may see setbacks as insurmountable failures, but a growth mindset views them as temporary obstacles that can be overcome with effort and determination. By embracing a growth mindset, you start to see setbacks not as endings, but as beginnings, opportunities to learn, evolve, and rise stronger. A practical way to reframe your mindset is to focus on what the setback teaches you. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to improve myself or my approach? For example, a professional who misses out on a promotion can choose to view the experience as a chance to identify areas for growth, sharpen their skills, or seek new opportunities. This positive framing not only eases the emotional burden of the setback, but also directs your energy toward constructive action. Reframing also involves shifting from a focus on loss to a focus on opportunity. When a door closes, it often creates space for new possibilities. While it's natural to feel disappointed when plans don't work out, holding on to the belief that something better is ahead can keep you motivated and open to unexpected opportunities. Countless stories of success begin with a setback that led someone to discover a new path they hadn't considered before. Finally, developing gratitude can help reinforce a reframed mindset. While setbacks are challenging, they can also highlight what is still going well in your life. Gratitude helps you maintain perspective, reminding you of the good you have in your life, like the sun shining on a bright day. Reframing your mindset is not about ignoring difficulties or pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing to see setbacks as part of a larger story, one in which you are the protagonist, capable of adapting, learning, and triumphing. This shift in perspective empowers you to approach challenges with optimism and determination, turning adversity into a catalyst for your comeback. Taking action is the critical turning point that transforms a setback into a comeback. While reflection and mindset shifts lay the groundwork, action is where real progress begins. No matter how discouraging a setback may feel, movement, no matter how small, creates momentum that propels you forward. It's not enough to understand what went wrong or believe in your ability to overcome. You must turn those insights into tangible steps toward recovery. Action starts with setting clear, realistic goals. After a setback, your immediate ambitions may need recalibration. If you faced a career setback, for example, the goal might not be to immediately land your dream job, but to update your skills, expand your network, or gain valuable experience in a related role. Breaking large goals into smaller, manageable steps can make the path forward less daunting and more achievable. The first step is often the hardest because it requires overcoming fear, doubt, and inertia. You may fear failing again or feel overwhelmed by the magnitude of what lies ahead. This is where courage and perseverance come into play. Remind yourself that progress doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to happen. Taking even a small step, such as sending an email, attending a workshop, or dedicating 10 minutes to a task, is a victory in itself. Each action builds confidence and lays the foundation for larger achievements. Consistency is key when it comes to action. A single effort is not enough to turn things around. Sustained effort over time creates meaningful change. This requires discipline and commitment, especially when results aren't immediate. It's important to celebrate small wins along the way, as they serve as milestones that validate your progress and keep you motivated. Flexibility is another important aspect of taking action. Setbacks often force you to navigate uncharted territory or adjust your plans. Be willing to adapt your approach if something isn't working. For instance, if a business idea fails, it might be time to refine your strategy, pivot to a new market, or collaborate with others. Flexibility ensures that you remain solution-focused rather than fixating on what didn't work. Lastly, taking action creates a sense of empowerment. When you choose to act, you reclaim control over your circumstances. Instead of feeling stuck or defeated, you step into a position of agency, actively shaping your future, rather than letting circumstances dictate it. In every comeback story, action is the bridge between aspiration and achievement. No matter how small the steps, each one takes you closer to transforming your setback into a stepping stone for success. Staying persistent is the heart of any great comeback story. Setbacks often leave us feeling defeated, but persistence is what separates temporary failure from eventual success. It's the ability to keep moving forward despite obstacles, delays, or repeated disappointments. While the journey may not be easy, persistence ensures you remain on the path toward your goals, no matter how challenging it becomes. One of the first challenges to persistence is overcoming the emotional weight of a setback. It's natural to feel discouraged after experiencing failure or rejection, but persistence demands that you refuse to let these emotions dictate your actions. It's about showing up, even when you don't feel like it, and doing the work necessary to progress. Whether it's rebuilding a career, recovering from a personal loss, or pursuing a dream that feels out of reach, persistence begins with the decision to keep trying. To sustain persistence, it's important to maintain a clear vision of your ultimate goal. This vision acts as a guiding light, keeping you focused and motivated even when the road becomes difficult. However, persistence doesn't mean blindly repeating the same actions if they aren't yielding results. It's about learning from each attempt, making adjustments, and finding better ways to move forward. Thomas Edison's journey to invent the light bulb is a classic example. He reportedly tried thousands of materials for the filament before finding the right one. His persistence wasn't about stubbornness, it was about continuous improvement. Building resilience is another cornerstone of persistence. Setbacks often test your patience and endurance, but each challenge you face strengthens your ability to handle adversity. Developing resilience involves staying adaptable and flexible. Recognizing that the path to success is rarely linear, you may encounter unexpected detours or need to pivot your approach. But persistence ensures you keep your eyes on the prize, regardless of how many times the route changes. It's also important to surround yourself with reminders of why you started. This could be a personal mantra, a vision board, or words of encouragement from a mentor or loved one. These sources of inspiration can reignite your determination during moments when giving up feels easier than continuing. Ultimately, persistence is about believing in the value of your goal and your ability to achieve it. It's the mindset that every small effort counts, every setback is a lesson, and every step forward brings you closer to success. With persistence, even the toughest setbacks can become the foundation for your greatest comebacks. Building a strong support system is an essential element in turning setbacks into comebacks. While personal determination and resilience play critical roles, the encouragement and guidance of others can amplify your ability to overcome challenges. A support system provides emotional reinforcement, practical assistance, and a sense of connection that can make even the most difficult situations feel manageable. Setbacks often bring feelings of isolation. It's easy to believe that you're alone in your struggle, or that no one understands what you're going through. However, leaning on others during these moments reminds you that you don't have to face challenges in solitude. Friends, family members, colleagues, or mentors can offer not only comfort, but also valuable perspectives that help you navigate your path forward. Sometimes, just knowing that someone believes in you can reignite your confidence and motivation. A support system can also provide critical feedback and guidance. When you're too close to a problem, it's easy to lose perspective. Trusted individuals can help you identify blind spots, offer alternative solutions, and point out opportunities you may not have considered. For example, a mentor might share insights from their own experiences, helping you avoid mistakes they've already encountered. Similarly, a supportive friend might remind you of your strengths during a time when you're focused solely on your perceived shortcomings. Practical assistance is another invaluable aspect of a support system. In moments of struggle, small acts of help can go a long way. A friend who offers to help with tasks, a colleague who provides advice on a project, or a family member who takes on responsibilities so you can focus on recovery, all contribute to easing your burden. This collective effort reminds you that setbacks are not insurmountable and that others are invested in your success. Choosing the right people for your support system is crucial. Surround yourself with individuals who genuinely care about your well-being and who inspire and challenge you to be your best. These are the people who will encourage you to keep going, even when you feel like giving up. Avoid negative influences or those who may unintentionally undermine your efforts. Finally, remember that building a support system is a two-way process. Just as you seek support in times of need, be willing to offer it when others face challenges. This mutual exchange strengthens your relationships and creates a network of trust and collaboration. With the right support system, setbacks become shared challenges rather than solitary burdens, and the journey toward a comeback becomes not only possible, but deeply empowering. Celebrating small wins is an often overlooked but essential step in turning setbacks into comebacks. After facing a setback, it's easy to become consumed by the larger goal or the hurdles still in your way. You may feel discouraged by the distance left to cover and forget to acknowledge the progress you've already made. However, taking the time to celebrate even the smallest victories serves as a powerful reminder of your resilience and helps maintain your momentum. One of the primary reasons small wins are important is that they provide tangible evidence of progress. When you're in the midst of a comeback, it can sometimes feel like you're not getting anywhere, especially when the challenges are ongoing. Recognizing and celebrating incremental achievements, such as completing a task, learning something new, or overcoming a minor obstacle, gives you something to be proud of and reinforces the fact that you are indeed moving forward. These small successes accumulate over time, eventually leading to larger accomplishments. Celebrating small wins also boosts your motivation and confidence. Success breeds success, and every time you acknowledge a victory, no matter how minor it seems, you build the momentum to keep going. This can be particularly helpful when you feel stuck or overwhelmed. Acknowledging your achievements reminds you that you are capable of making progress, even when things seem slow. It provides the emotional fuel necessary to continue pursuing your bigger goals. In addition to boosting motivation, celebrating small wins helps shift your focus from what you haven't achieved to what you have accomplished. When setbacks occur, we often focus on what went wrong or what's still left to be done. By intentionally celebrating your progress, you shift your mindset from a place of scarcity, trying to avoid failure, to a place of abundance, appreciating what you've obtained. This change in perspective can significantly reduce stress and frustration, allowing you to maintain a positive outlook as you work toward your comeback. Small wins also serve as a reminder of your growth and resilience. They are markers that prove you've learned, adapted, and overcome challenges along the way. Whether it's a new skill, a different approach, or simply a renewed sense of determination, each small success highlights the personal development that happens through adversity. Celebrating these victories doesn't have to be elaborate. It can be as simple as acknowledging the achievement internally, sharing it with a friend or family member, or treating yourself to something small that brings you joy. The key is to take a moment to recognize that every step forward, no matter how small, is a step toward your ultimate goal. By consistently celebrating small wins, you reinforce your belief in your ability to turn setbacks into comebacks. Each victory, no matter how minor, propels you forward and keeps you focused on the larger goal. Ultimately, it's the accumulation of these wins that builds the momentum necessary for a full recovery and eventual success. When you share your comeback story, you remind others that they are not alone. Setbacks often create a sense of isolation as people feel as though their struggles are unique or that no one can understand what they're going through. Hearing about others who have faced similar challenges and overcome them can provide a sense of solidarity and reduce the feelings of isolation. It reassures people that setbacks are a normal part of life and no one is immune to difficulties. Your story can be a beacon of hope for someone who is currently feeling stuck, lost, or defeated, reminding them that their situation is temporary and that resilience will lead them to brighter days. In addition, your story can serve as a source of inspiration. When people witness someone they admire or relate to overcoming a difficult challenge, it often sparks the belief that they too can succeed. Your resilience becomes a source of motivation, encouraging others to keep pushing forward, even when the road seems long and arduous. The example you set shows that setbacks are not insurmountable. They are simply tests of perseverance and determination. By sharing your journey, you make it clear that success is not about never falling, it's about getting back up, learning, and growing stronger with each challenge faced. Finally, by inspiring others, you also reinforce your own sense of purpose. When you see the positive impact your story has on others, it adds meaning to your own journey. The struggles you faced and the lessons you learned suddenly become more than just personal experiences. They become valuable contributions to the collective narrative of resilience and growth. Your comeback story is not just about you. It becomes part of a larger message of hope, perseverance, and triumph that encourages others to keep moving forward, no matter what setbacks they encounter. In conclusion, turning setbacks into comebacks requires acceptance, learning, persistence, and action. By reframing challenges, staying resilient, and celebrating progress, you transform adversity into growth. Surround yourself with a supportive network and inspire others by sharing your journey. Every setback holds the potential for a greater comeback, and by embracing these principles, you can not only overcome challenges, but also empower others to do the same.